We're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Lounge. Today we have an amazing special guest, Stelios Stylianou, and he works as a videographer of sorts, and he goes by Spooky Spooky, and we'll dive into that here in a bit. First, I want to thank our sponsors, Flashback Craft Antiques in the Mall of Monroe, as well as BrainJerk Entertainment Company. Thank you so much for guys providing this location and time to be able to do this. Also, we are also sponsored by We Handle Candles, which is another part of Stelios's companies. But let's dive in to what he does with his biography.
How you doing? I appreciate you for having me.
Yep.
First of all, so Spooky Spooky Films is pretty much just a multimedia entertainment company.
There's no sound.
Yep,
For
no
me,
sound.
no sound.
There we go. Go ahead, start over.
Yep.
It's all you now.
All the way over.
Yes,
Okay.
From Spooky Spooky.
Oh, you're good.
Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate you for having me.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just Spooky Films is just a multimedia company. You know, we're providing all sorts of services, from music videos to weddings to event recaps. We also do photography, graduations, birthday parties, you name it. Pretty much, we're all there. You know, we're living in a digital world, so we're here to take care of your services.
So, what kind of got you started into videography and photography? Is there a specific moment, or have it always been interested for you?
I've always been interested in the movies and things of that nature. I mean, even since I was younger, you know, I always found myself with a camera in my hand. You know, whether it was taking pictures or just getting my brothers and their friends to like reenact in little snippets that I would possibly write or just already have in my head. You know what I mean? So it's just like, hey, move this way, move that way. You know, just doing some funny stuff like that. But really, where it kicked off too is just being on the rap scene. I want to say maybe 2009, 2008, 2009, probably. Everyone needed a music video. You know, I was really heavy on the rap scene and things of that nature. And I had the camera. So it's just like starting off at 75 bucks, you know,
Nice.
and just working my way up to what it is now, you know. So that really is what kicked it into gear for me. Self-taught, you know, I'd like to thank YouTube really, you know, for
YouTube
yeah,
University, that's
YouTube,
for
you know,
sure.
yeah, exactly. I got my degree from YouTube for sure. Um, but yeah, you know, so really just developing into the music video world. And then next thing you know, it's like, well, we're doing an award show or we're doing this, you know, like, can you know, highlight this or recap this? And I was like, sure. So, you know, it's just elevated from there on out. Like I said, it's just started from one thing and just progressed slowly but surely.
So, has there been any specific projects that you've worked on recently that our viewers might have seen or anything like that?
Well, I partnered up with Nate Thompson for the Dead record, which was premiered at the River Raisin Theater. It's out on YouTube now, so you could go search that. It's called the Dead record. I shot pretty much all the scenes for that. You know, Nate wrote the script and he edited pretty much the whole video. So it's about 16, 17 minutes long. That's pretty much one of my biggest projects up to date. Um,
You mentioned a lot of rap videos.
yeah.
So, like, how is that process? Are any of those available to be seen or?
Yeah, I mean, so pretty much the way that it goes too is a lot of like um rappers or artists, I guess, they put it on their own channel. So a lot of those videos aren't on my channel, but I mean, I've done from Team Eastside Peasy, I've shot helped on set with T Grizzly, I've done a lot of Polo Frost videos, um, Two Down, Mac Trey, I've done a 420 special with DJ Esco, which is Future's
Sweet.
DJ.
Yeah.
You know, so I've been in the inner circle. You know, I've had my fair share of more well known artists, I guess you can say. Um, but yeah, I try to have fun with every project. You know, everything's different to me. You know, I try to incorporate my style, um, my spooky touch, I guess you could say,
Spooky touch.
on everything. But yeah, I mean, everything's different to me, you know. Every project is special. But yeah, you can search. I do have a YouTube, so it's Spooky Spooky Films on YouTube, or you could just type in Spooky Peasy, Peezy, you know, and I'm sure
Nice.
that
Yep.
like my videos with him will come up. You know, they got 30,000 plus hits.
Oh,
You
nice.
know, yeah. So I mean, Yeah, everything's
That's
different,
awesome.
yeah.
So, from a business aspect, being as you're involved in so many different niches and different markets,
Hmm.
is there anything that you yourself set apart differently than the other videographers, say in wedding or in rap scenes? Is there something that you provide different that someone else doesn't?
Well, I don't know everyone's style,
Mhm,
me personally, it's more personable, so I like to get in contact with the artist or the client
mhm.
and figure out, say that, you're like, oh, I got this song, I got this idea. Well, I ask you to send me the song, maybe send me your ideas, and then we'll bounce back and forth with each other. So I say, hey, maybe I can offer some props, for instance, costumes, things of that nature. I might be able to get a hold of a makeup artist to, add to the set, so it's really personable for me.
Exactly. You
um
come with kind of your own network of people that you know as well that can help out.
Absolutely. And I have my own tools that I like to provide, like I said, with the props, and just my own touch on everything as well, so it, they're going to contact me, so it's my project now just as much as it is theirs. It's going to have my name, the cat's going to go on it, the logo's going to go on it. So I definitely want whoever's going to see it, for that matters, to know that, yeah, Spooky did that, and it's going to be a good video.
So, when was the turning point you would say from going from a hobby into more of a business mindset when it comes to it? Because you could see by your work that you thoroughly enjoy it. So, was there a specific moment or a certain project that kind of had it click in your head where, like, I
Mhm.
could do this the rest of my life?
That's a good question. I really don't know, to be honest. It's just like, I want to say maybe a few years ago, maybe 2019, 2018 is really, really where I started to say, like, the demand started coming in. So once the demand started coming in, I was like, you know what, I got this, and of course, I always wanted to do it, just be involved with film, whether it's directing, it's filming, editing, set designing. I knew that that's what I want to do, So once the demand started coming in, I was just like, I got to really put my foot to the pedal here,
Mhm,
and really keep going. So
definitely.
I guess you could just say the demand. Once the demand started calling for itself, I'm like, I guess the work speaks for itself. So they wouldn't be calling me if I didn't have something special or something good to offer.
Exactly.
So that's where it comes. And I treat everyone the same. I mean, it doesn't
That's
matter. I
good.
mean, of course, I do have my set rates, but I will work with your budget if it's reasonable. And I do see that it could benefit both of us. Now, that's where a lot of people might get misconstrued on that. We're like, well, you're not giving me a deal, or you're not doing this, and it's like, well, you got to benefit me as much as I'm benefiting you.
Exactly. Business kind
Yeah,
of comes down to business as much as you want to be there. But if it's not
relationship. Like, a lot of people just want to
there,
be your friend, or just say, hey, I put a couple bucks in your pocket. Like, what can you do for me? It's like, at the end of the day, I mean, everyone shops at Walmart. You're not just gonna go into Walmart the
exactly.
fifth time and they're gonna be like, hey, I've seen you here before. Here's a free gift card type of deal. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, it doesn't work like that. So you're shopping. You got to be willing to spend. You got to be willing to put in the effort of your product just as much as I am mine. It's my gas, it's my equipment, it's my time, my knowledge that I'm offering. So I would expect the same in return from the client. You
exactly.
know,
And so that kind of builds a good rapport and relationship is the fact that you can be understanding, but you're also very business minded and directed at the fact that it's going to benefit all parties.
correct. Yeah,
So
because
that's good.
obviously it is a service. So it's going to go. Like I said before too, like, a lot of people don't want it to go on your YouTube, but you do have that option. It can go on my YouTube. It certainly is going to go on my Instagram. It's going to go on my Facebook. I'm going to share it to all media platforms. But then what are you going to do with it? How far can you take it?
And so when you have such events like that, is there a strict like because I've worked with quite a few videographers before, like is there forms that you get filled out or like any contracts that you have set up for it?
Yeah, depending on the project, pretty much. If it's just a run and gun shoot, which is basically like, and I got a music video scheduled, I always say put down a deposit. So you got to
Mhm.
put down a deposit, lock in your date, time, the location, things like that. But like a wedding, definitely do a contract, because that's like
Definitely.
a big event. I can't just say, hey man, I messed up these shots, we got to redo it.
Yeah, no, that's one of the
You know,
lifetime type things.
exactly. So like something like that, definitely a contract will be involved. And I guess like working with other videographers or multiple people on the scene, or if I have to hire out, like I said, like models or makeup artists or
Exactly.
sound guy or
Someone
something like
has to
that.
pay for that.
So yeah, someone
So,
it's money's going somewhere. You know what I mean? It's
exactly.
not it's not all going to me. It's it takes a team effort. So definitely, it's a business at the end of the day.
And so, what recommendations would you give someone if they were to start a business like this, or if they were to get involved in videography? Like, what's something that someone would have told you that you would have liked to hear or know, as opposed to where you are now?
Mm, geez, I want to know. I mean, given that I've been fair, and I
Mhm.
have done a lot of jobs for free, or I've done jobs under my pay what I would think I should get paid. I'll take a pay cut. Let's just say that. So I guess I don't know. It's just be humble, pretty much. Just know that you can't just come into the game with just a camera and a light and just expect to start charging $500-600. It's not going to work
Kind of
that
like
way.
earn your keep and
Earn your keep
build your.
and build your relationships, and just know like, hey, you might have to do a couple favors just for that to be returned to you. Not every job I do, even today, like a lot of things I do with the community or even with various different types of people, it's just like it's not all going to be a paying job. And I know that. We know that going into it.
Exactly.
It's not like, oh, do this job for me and then afterwards it's like, well, I can't pay you. I know going into it, like I'm not going to get paid, but
The
I'm gonna
exposure is worth
the
it.
exposure, the promotion, the networking, the relationships again is all gonna pay off because I might do a job for, let's just say, Flashback now.
Mhm.
Now all of your audience is gonna see my work and
Exactly.
mine too. It's gonna go on Facebook and then, oh, who did that video? Spooky did that. We'll reach out to them. Now I can say, hey, I did that video. They don't need to know that it was free,
No.
but even if they do, it's just, it's that demand again, they want that video service. So
So would you say you get most of your clients through word of mouth and through the networking events and stuff that you do?
absolutely, and really Instagram has really helped me. I mean, I skyrocketed during Corona too. Like a lot of people weren't doing jobs, a lot of people weren't, going to shoot, and even me, I just had one rule: I wasn't coming in your house during, when it was on
Oh, good.
lockdown and
Yep.
stuff. It was all outside. I was like, we'll do it in the front yard, backyard, park, somewhere in a public setting. But I mean, I just didn't stop working. I took jobs left and right. I was working. I had like 20 something edits I was working on at one
Wow.
time. Yeah, I was drained.
I wouldn't expect the demand for that to be like that crazy during that time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
incredible.
I mean, because a lot of people didn't have really much to do either, and I mean, that's speaking on the music scene now. That's like really on the Detroit rap scene. So a lot of people were just like, you know, they had extra funds,
Yeah, they had extra
unemployment.
time and
They
funds
had
to do
they had
things with.
unemployment. They had all that, so they was coughing it up. So I was taking it. I was like, hey man, I'm available. I was doing 3-4 jobs in one day. I was driving a
Oh,
Pontiac, Wixom,
wow.
Detroit, Romulus, all in one day, shooting.
That's
And I,
awesome.
I was making a quick buck, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's just really the footwork and just knowing like I'm hungry, I'm not gonna settle just for one job. Like that's cool for a couple bucks, but I need more,
Do you have any goals or something that you have set for yourself that you want to work on in the future or long term, like you want your name in lights or anything like that, like your ambitions for that business?
Definitely filmmaking. I mean, certainly working with Nate Thompson is a big help, and I'm forever grateful for that and things like that. But yeah, I'm working on my own short films.
Awesome.
And just being more involved behind the camera too. Like I really want to be a director. I'm really aiming towards that, which I direct a lot of my videos anyway. So it's like I've always had that niche. I grew up in theater and drama class and stuff like that. So I already like
Prepared for
have
it.
that mentality of, set designing or set building and how things should work. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So it's all about, knowledge. I'm a student of the game. I want to soak up all the knowledge as possible from lighting to scoring, um, to editing to filming.
Yeah, you can do kind of it all. It's like all encompassing.
Right.
That's
Yeah. And
really
I
cool.
really want to, I want to do it all. I don't need to be in front of the camera. I want to be behind the camera. I want to be able to put something really good together that's going to be here forever, you know.
Exactly.
'Cause I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah, so it's kind of like your own little legacy when it comes to that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's great to think about because from my background, like I've done modeling, I've done little bit acting here and there. And it's always weird. And I got recommended early on to actually take photography classes and take
Mhm.
those classes yourself. So that way you can be better prepared in front of the camera. So the fact that you can direct and get the model or the person you're working with, say the rapper, to get to the angles you want and the
Right.
vision that you guys both have, I think it takes a very strong creative mind to do that.
That's a good point too. Honestly, I wish that some of these people, whether it was like a rapper or a client, let's just say
Mhm.
clients in
Yeah.
general, not all clients are bad. I don't want to say that, or not all rappers are bad, but you do have your fair share. I'm sure you do in business as
Oh
well,
yeah,
like working in
definitely.
retail and stuff,
Yep.
like you got some customers that are coming in there that just don't understand your job. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And the same goes for us videographers. Like I wish that, uh, some of these clients really understood or just took some time to
Mhm.
soak up some knowledge. Like just look up how much it really costs to buy a lens. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or just
And
look up to see how long it really takes to edit a video. I've only done this twice in my career where I've given the video back the next day. I've charged extra for it, but like I've
yeah,
shot a
that's a
music
lot of
video.
work.
Yeah, I've shot a music video and had to go right home and edit, you know, and it's just like, and I'm not happy with it. And then sometimes they're not happy with it. Oh, I feel like it was rushed. I'm like, it was rushed. You wanted it the next day. Like I
Mhm.
could have sat on this for a week and made sure everything was looking right?
So the fact is that you kind of narrow in and get it to that specific moments and times that they need and they want for their event or their weddings or
Mhm.
even their shoots.
Right. And that's going back into in the initial agreement. Say,
Mhm.
for instance, you're like, again, Flashback wants a video done. Well, I'm gonna run down you my spiel of like what's gonna happen here. And then usually it's like 5 to 7 business days. Sometimes I will get it done quicker, but also you got to take into consideration what I'm already working on before you even asked me.
Exactly.
I've got projects I'm already
Mhm.
dedicated to and I've already are involved in,
Yeah, so you
So
give them like a set time frame. So as an example, as someone coming to you wanting say a commercial,
mhm.
what would be kind of the spiel that you'll give them? What would be the in-depth steps that you would
See,
take
and
with
that's a good
them?
question too, because it just doesn't work like that either. I have to know
Doesn't.
what I'm doing. Do you want a drone shot? Do you want what are you really looking for in this
Exactly.
commercial? How long do you want it? Because I really try to work down a lot of my clients under 2 minutes.
Nice.
Because that's even the mentality that all of us have.
Mhm.
Thumbing through our phones. We wake up in the morning, we want to check Snapchat, check these stories out, and they're only 30 seconds, 15
Mhm.
seconds. And it's almost like now our minds are just trained to watch 15 seconds and then we're moving on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That instant gratification that we get from those videos. So you kind of have to have them snagged in those first few seconds.
Exactly. And some clients are like, I want a video 3 minutes. I want it 2 minutes, and I'm like, shooting yourself in the foot there, buddy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I mean,
So do
yeah, I'll do
you,
it. You're
yeah.
paying for it, right? I'm gonna
Mhm.
do it, but it's like, it's
Do you offer like that kind of advice, like that from the marketing aspect of videos that you've already previously worked on? Do you, so you kind of give the recommendations what would
yeah.
work for their business or if you have anything like that?
I always give my opinion. I
That's
guess
awesome.
that's where you could say I differ from everyone else too. Is like I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like I don't want to just be in your pocket and take a couple bucks and run away. I need your business longevity. I'm looking for long-term relationships. So it's like, how can we work together in progressing your business and my business? You know what I mean? So
Exactly. So, like you keep on touching on the fact that you're looking for clients,
mhm,
not necessary customers.
right,
And I think that's a huge thing in business all across the board, whether you're retail, whether you're videographers, whether you're working as a podcast, there is a difference between clientele and customers.
right.
And so, what would you kind of give a dedication to what is a customer versus a clientele for you?
See, even a customer is a one-time shopper.
Mm.
I guess, he's just
Yep.
window shopping almost pretty much, like, hey, maybe testing the waters, and I can't hate on that. Someone might just come in and say, hey, I got a $300 budget. What can you do for me? I'll be like, well, this is what I can do for you. And I'll name those pinpoints, I'll be like, this is what I can do for you. Put your deposit down. I'll shoot you a video. And more than likely, I might not shoot with them ever again, and it's not just on me, it's on them. They just
Yeah.
one at a time done. You know what I mean? But a client, is where you're going to work and develop these relationships and have longevity with these people. Like I have a couple clients that I've done business with for about 2 years now,
Mhm.
going on some of them a couple months, 8 months, but it's like we already have things booked for September,
That's
October,
awesome. Yeah.
you know, and I plan on keep doing that, you know, with everybody. So that's what I'm looking for too. You know, I don't want to just shoot your video and then, you know, call the quits and be done with it, you know, because
Now,
I'm never satisfied.
yeah,
You know, I want to do more. I'm like, man, I'll watch that video 4 or 5 times and be like,
I could have
okay.
done it this way,
Mhm.
that way.
Yeah, more than likely too. Like, especially when it comes to a music video, it's like I don't ever want to hear that song again. I will listen to it for. I've been listening to this for 8 hours
So
editing,
I was about to say,
filming it.
do you watch your end products?
Yeah, of course. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I will. Like the other day, believe it or not, too, it's like a strategy I have to even like get in the zone of
Mhm.
like going to edit something new. So like the other day, I was editing a music video, but before I did that, I watched like 8 old videos of mine just
Awesome.
to watch them, just to what am I doing? How can I make this one different? You know, because a lot of my stuff I'm not gonna say it's the same, but I do have my own way of shooting.
Mhm.
So I'm always gonna make it different, of course. You know, there's a good example. Two Down. It's an artist I've worked with for years now. So I just edited his video. It's the one I'm talking about. I
Mhm.
edited his video, but before I did, I watched the last 3 I just shot for him, just to see how I can make this one different. You know what I mean?
And that kind of ties in with the clientele. You can be able to grow and see how they're growing too.
Hmm.
And so with that relationship, you're going to want to have someone that you trust and value as their opinions both back and forth.
And that's really where your best work comes into play too. Is like chemistry.
Hmm.
You know, Two Down trusts me with the camera. He doesn't really have to tell me much. You know what I mean? So it's like to have that sort of comfort and creativity on my end, I can just work my magic rather than, you know, I'm working with you and now all of a sudden you're a rapper slash director. You know, you're Spielberg now. You're telling me like, no, bro, move this way. Or I need, you know, how many times I've been on set and, you know, their entourage or somebody drunk as hell in the background, like, hey man, come in through the door and do this. And, you know, it's like,
You're
the
able to like
lighting's got to
kind
be
of chew
right, you
that
know?
out.
Yeah, it's like the shadows are on the wall, you know? It's a lot to take in. And I'm not perfect, you know? I've gone back in post to go edit my video and be like, damn, I can't even use this shot anymore, you know?
Yeah, it happens.
It happens, you know? Yesterday I was filming for the event downtown
Oh yeah, that
and
was awful.
I watched my footage though. And right before I left, I was just replaying a couple clips and I'm really happy I did that because it's like my lens was foggy, which in the moment I wasn't realizing that, and the sun was
No,
beating down, you
it
know,
was
and it's
so
like
hot and so
it's
sunny
hot, you know, and
yesterday.
I'm just like, hey, let me just get this footage real quick, you know. So I went back and I rewatched some of the clips, and I was like, dude, this is fuzzy as hell, you know. I got to redo it, so I had to go and reshoot. I had to clean my lens off, reshoot, which I'm happy I took the time to realize that too, you know, because
Exactly.
sometimes you be in the heat of the moment or if a job's not, you know, you could be irritable, you know,
Mhm.
you gotta understand the conditions that you're in an environment. Everything's different.
And
Doesn't
everything
matter.
changes you don't expect. Like as an example, I'm gonna tell them the story about the tree.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
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 like how
yeah,
he was flying over and like somehow it just happened in like not even 10 seconds and it
yeah.
got
My
stuck in
drone.
the tree.
Yeah. But we were able to recover it.
We
And
were
good thing that it wasn't even broken. I put it right back in the air real quick, you know, just not
nice.
as high.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really thanks to everyone that helped out too. Shout out to Corey too for
Yeah.
spotting that. Good spotter.
Mhm.
But yeah, your conditions, you know, I could have let that spoil my whole day. I'm like, screw this, I'm done, I'm leaving, you know, and then I would have missed the concert or missed some of the announcements, you
Mhm.
know. It was really valuable for that footage, for that recap. So,
Exactly.
you know, I stuck it through and I'm like, oh, things have happened before. Believe me, that's not the first drone that would have been messed up. You know, that's my fault. I'm a terrible pilot. I'm a good cameraman. I'm a terrible pilot. All right.
So don't
So
put him behind the
no, don't
plane.
put yeah,
Don't
do
no.
not put me in the air. Please. You know, I'm sitting in the back, you know.
Nice.
So
But
yeah.
that works. So, is there any recommendations that you would have for, say, clients to look out if they're about to hire a videographer or hire someone that is similar to you? Like, what is a red flag that I would say that they would stop from hiring a person?
Uh I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but maybe reputation, you
Mhm.
know, kind of just figure out who, like, do some research and figure out who you're reaching out to, you know, see if they've done bad business before, see if, you know, it's not always about who you shot. A lot of people are like, oh, well, he shot Sada Baby or he shot T Grizzly. I gotta get him, you know, it's like T Grizzly and Sada Baby are not watching my stories. They're not watching my videos, you know, so
Yeah.
that they just did that because I made the right connections to be able to make that play happen.
Hmm.
So, you know, it's really about reputation. Just do some research, figure out, and also go for your own style. You know, I started to reach out towards people that were of the spooky-esque, you know, like
Mhm.
they had that type of vibe to them, you know what I mean? I started reaching out to certain models and underground rappers and things like that. Like, hey man, like, you know, we kind of got the same similarities, you
Mhm.
know. Like I got these spooky props or I got these lights and I got, you know, I got something to offer your character, your gimmick necessarily, you know. So it's all about just doing the research and figuring out where you fit in, I guess, a little bit, if that makes sense. I
Yeah, it
mean, yeah,
definitely does.
yeah.
Uh, Now, for your Saturday morning, do
Mhm.
you kind of wake up and just get going doing shoots or things, or do you take the day off? Like, how does that look for you when it comes to like as a business owner when you wake up?
It's all about scheduling, you
Mhm.
know. I mean, some Saturday mornings I gotta be up and at it. You know, I might have an event to do. I may have a video. I might just have to be out for a meeting. Um, so it all depends. Usually, I'm an early bird. I like to wake up in the morning and just start editing and you know go over my footage, charge my camera and stuff like that. So you know, typical Saturday morning, I'll just be up editing and just like I said, the
That
scheduling.
kind of helps you get in the zone.
Yeah, definitely. You know, yeah, that's pretty much
That's
what it is. It's just preparation
it's
for
a
the day.
preparation for the
Preparation for
day.
the day, yeah. Because sometimes, you know, you might have to have an event at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So you're just
Mhm.
getting up, might get some breakfast in you, and then shoot out the door, you know. But if I don't have a video till say 3, 4 in the afternoon, you know, I'm like, well, let me knock out some of this footage, you know. Like I try not to knock everything out in one sitting either. It's like I got
Mhm.
kind of have like a little routine of what I do is like I'll line everything up, I'll start editing, then take a break, come back on fresh eyes, just to revise some things, finish it, you know, and the process is started all over again.
That's
Every
awesome though.
project, yeah,
That's different, and that way it's kind of never the same. So you probably don't get too bored with it. So that's good.
yeah, exactly. You know, because then don't get me wrong. I mean, there's been times where I'm like, if it is at the end of the night or I know for a fact I try to set specific days to edit. So like usually it's been like on Mondays. I won't film, not even taking jobs. Don't call me. I'm
That's
in
good.
my office, I'm editing all day long. I'm trying to get everything done that I need to get done. So those days I could be in there
Mhm.
editing for 6, 7, 8 hours a day,
Mhm.
knocking out two projects, you know, and
That's
then
good
lining up
though.
everything else and preparing for the next one.
So from a business aspect, do you think that helps having the schedule set in place to where it helps kind of get you to focus and accomplish your task for the week or for the month?
Absolutely, you know, and I mean, a lot of people, some people might not like it, meaning client wise. You
Mhm.
know, like, I get a lot of calls. Saturday night, as a matter of fact, someone called me like, "Where you at?" You know, I had someone else like, you know, "Are you free tonight?" It's like, "No, I'm not." Like, I'm more than likely I'm not going to answer the phone the day of. You know, it's like
Mhm.
I've already have my routine. I've already have my life scheduled in order the way that I need it to be. You know, so definitely find a schedule that works best
Benefits
for you.
you.
You know, it's like for me, I mean, Mondays, sometimes Sundays, I've been trying to hang out with the family Sundays, you know. Like Sundays, Mondays, I'll really just take for me,
Mhm.
you know, and even doing
That's
house stuff, you know, I'll do laundry, I'll kind of get prepared for the week, you know, and
Mhm.
I'll do my edits that day, get my camera, the lights, everything already charged up because I know Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I got shoots, you know.
That's awesome that you have it like able to set up that way.
Yeah. I mean, it really does help and it takes a lot of stress off of you rather than just going because then you
Mhm.
you won't get lost in the mix. I'm a big list person too. I make a lot of lists. So
Do you
it's
keep
like
planners and stuff with you too for all your events?
calendar in the books, you know. So
Is there
um
any like apps or anything that kind of help you with your habits and keeping to with your schedules besides just the
uh
calendars?
it's really just a calendar app that I downloaded. It's literally just called Calendar. I know that we all have it on our phones anyway,
Mhm.
but it's color coordinated. I mean, you can see it
Oh
like this.
wow,
So
yeah.
like,
It's
you
very
know,
specific.
yeah, so it's like green means I'm shooting, blue means I'm editing, or you know, you see edit is in the blue, you know, things like that. So just
Keeping
staying
organized.
organized, exactly. Just stay organized because without having an organization in your life's all over the place, and you're never gonna get ahead if your life is scattered like that. You know, believe me, I'm not too far ahead, but you know, I'm
Hey,
getting
we're
there.
getting
I'm
there. We're
getting
getting
there.
there. It's
Yeah,
a process.
right,
It
right,
definitely is a process.
definitely. Yeah.
So, is there any upcoming events that you like to advertise or anything like that? Or do you advertise on just your Instagram, your YouTube, you had said?
Yeah, so Instagram and my Facebook. Really, right now, our big event that's coming up is August 14th. That's a Sunday, and that's going to be at Dixie Skateland, Skating with
Yes.
Spooky. So I got three special guests that are going to make an appearance for the kids. It's family friendly. They will be providing there's like beverages and food, pizza, nachos that you can purchase.
Yeah.
There.
And
I
it's
think
still going to be a skating event, so like they can still do like the shoe rentals and stuff
Yep.
like
So
that.
I think the skate rentals are about $2-3, $7 to get in. Right now, I have a spooky special online on Eventbrite. So that's $5 a person. It's a limited of 25 tickets right now. I think we sold 4 already.
Yep.
So get in there while you can. It's a spooky special. Other than that, $7. Kids 8 and under, free. So like I said, I'm really big on the kids, really big on the families. I want to get everyone included. We will be filming. I'm just going to be doing a recap. I just want to let that be known.
Advise that it's a
Yeah, out
recorded
there. So I
event.
will be filming. Just doing a small recap, and yeah, I mean, just come out, have fun. Like I said, I got 3 special guests. I don't know if I should name them now.
Ooh,
or,
you want to give some hints to our viewers of what
I
they're
guess you
going to
could
be?
say if you have any kids that are fans of Five Nights at Freddy. I'll
Oh
just say
my
that.
God.
Yeah, so
You're just gonna make it hard for my kids because they're obsessed right now with that. So,
really?
yes.
Okay, yeah. So we got some characters from Five Nights at Freddy showing up, take some pictures with the kids. It's all free
That's
too.
awesome.
So they're just gonna come out, skate with the kids.
Is the spooky cat gonna be out there skating?
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we might get the spookster out there. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Something else. It's not really an event, but I'm dropping a limited series of spooky trading cards.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's a limited edition of 6. It's a set of 6 that's going to come in there. So I'm thinking about releasing those the day of the Skating with Spooky.
Oh, that would be really cool.
So I might do like the first 10 people to come in, might get the set of 6 for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
What I mean? We got spooky prizes with movie posters. Of course, we handle candles. Some glow in the dark candles are going to be up for a 50-50 raffle.
Sweet.
And then we also are ending the year off. I don't want to say that just yet, but October 14th and 15th, we're going to be at the FOP for a haunted house.
Oh,
So
that's
a spooky
exciting.
night. A couple spooky nights, I guess you could say. So October 14th and 15th. And that's also kid friendly. So from 6 to 7 p.m., it's going to be, a little walkthrough for the kids. And then from 7 to 10 is the adults. And I want to give a shout out to Joshy Boy Edits. He's going to have a photo booth set up out there.
Oh, killer.
So we're going to have a little spooky photo booth. So it's just with an additional charge. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have tickets. It might just be like, you guys want to come out to the door. It's probably going to be like about $10-15 at the door.
Yeah, but that's pretty much cheap for all the haunted houses for around here. So
yeah, I mean, we do. I'm going to be advertising a flyer after the 4th of July. So that flyer will be available online, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9.
And I'm sure since, once spooky season comes around, you'll probably be popping up with a lot of different things.
Definitely, yeah. So I'll definitely do all types of spooky photo shoots. You guys can find me on Instagram at Spooky Films and also on TikTok at Spooky Films. And you guys can check out my work there. Did a bunch of little, video recaps and stuff of like photo shoots that I did last year. And even I do spooky photo shoots all year round. It doesn't have to be Halloween.
No.
I mean, every night's a spooky night.
Every night's a spooky night. I like that.
Yeah. So it could be any night. You know what I mean? So, and it's advertising all over. Oh, real quick too. We do have spooky merchandise. So right now I'm advertising Scram.
I love that shirt.
Cat, so I believe Komodo Prints, and they're out of Inkster.
Oh wow! So it's another local business.
Yeah, definitely. I want to support all local people. Definitely. Shout out to Stu. Makes pretty much all my spooky
and the
designs.
shirts are very comfy. I have one, and admittedly, I was going to wear it today, except it was already dirty from the other day.
This shirt, I want to give a shout out to the Assist. They did these. They printed up these spooky shirts for me. Really fine. You know what I'm saying? They really quick turnaround, really reasonable price too. That's the Assist on Instagram, on Facebook. Shout out to them. So we have these Scram shirts that I'm advertising, and I'm also releasing my re-releasing my Have a Spooky Night shirts, which are glow in the dark.
You in the glow in the dark. Like, I love it.
I mean,
It's a good brand for you.
Yeah, definitely. So it's the green all the way. So get you a little spooky shirt, get you a little spooky merch, and come get spooky.
Come get spooky. I think that's a great way to end it off.
Definitely.
Our next guest coming up, it will be July 11th. We will be interviewing Sunny Jane. She's actually going to be opening a store in downtown Monroe, and we can dive in a little bit more with her children attire and boutique clothing. But also, I want to thank again our sponsors, Flashback Craft Antiques at the Mall of Monroe, as well as BrainJerk Entertainment Company. We appreciate for this opportunity, and we handle candles. You can also get with them. It's Spooky's other business side, which we'll have them on later coming up to talk about that further. But you can, their candles are great. Their like whole business manner is amazing, and
they can find them in Flashback too.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, so come into Flashback, get you a little candle. They also have tons of great vendors in there too. I mean, I can't go in that store without spending money.
Yeah, I was about to say most of the some of the props
some
are
of the stuff. Yeah, so if you guys see it, probably from your booth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. Shout out to BrainJerk.
Yep.
And thank you so much again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys next